Hello YouTube, I'm Armoury1 or Tom, and here we have a Transformers review. I'm doing one. It's true. So today, as you can see, we have something very special and slightly broken. It's not. Seriously, it's not. This is Transformers Masterpiece Acid Storm. Now, this is a Rainmaker, Masterpiece Rainmaker. It's like a Seeker, and it's my first Masterpiece. And now I need more. I need all of them, every single one. All the Seekers, I need all of them, especially Thundercracker, but I need all of them. Go over this stuff so I can put this stuff down. Comes this really cool base, so a nice shiny-ish Acid Storm, really nice shiny purple chrome Decepticon logo. These missiles, which you can put on, as you can see. I think he looks quite cool with missiles, but I prefer him with the guns. Missiles look a bit more real. Now obviously, I'll leave these on for the moment, I'll talk about play mode. This is based on an F-15 Eagle, which is used by, currently the US Navy use some of these for their aircraft carriers. I don't know if they still do, but I know they used to use them in the Air Force. 22 Raptors are quite popular at the moment. They are very, very iconic, especially for Transformers fans. And the thing is, this does some really cool stuff. Number one, you can open this up, and there's a little man there you can put in. I'm not going to, it's a bit fiddly, but which is quite cool. You can have a man in the cockpit. You can open this, which is the air brake. This is accurate to an F-15. They do have these, which is really cool. There isn't much else you can do. Now, because of the transformation, these flaps fold down, but it does mean you can fold that one down on each, but you can move the flaps. You can do this, which I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, I think it looks a bit like a gun, but there's no way you would fly and have this hanging off the side of you. So, I've no idea. But it's cool you can do it. And obviously, the thing you need in all planes, by folding this down, then folding this out, you do get some landing gear. And by folding out the bits on the knees, get some landing gear. It's always good. I'm actually quite a fan of the colour scheme on this. Some people aren't, some people don't like the digital camo. I do. I really like it, I think it looks really cool. A lot of people don't. Whatever. I will say, obviously, the Frenzy Rumble one's really nice, which was based off the Starscream or Thundercracker, I think, which had like this burnt through with acid, which would be really cool to see. But this is still really cool. It's really cheap. It's like 50 quid. So, onto transformation. If you bear with me a second, I will just place these. So here we are, back with the way I like it, with the null rays. On transformation, I'm not going to talk you through it, I'm just going to do it and hopefully I get as much as I can on camera. Just sort of say what I like about it. Now I like the fact that on the deluxe toys you have to take these off, put them back on arms. I really like the fact that because this is bigger, you are able to keep these on at all times. Something I really like. I like not having to parts form. I think, oh, there we go, it comes off. I think everyone likes not parts forming. It's much more interesting if it does it by itself. Or sorry, if it stays on the whole time. It does share a lot of the same transformation cues as the deluxe version does. Oh god. Yeah, they're a bit stiff, which is good. It means obviously all the metal up here doesn't push it down, but a bit scary. Oh, another thing I really like these. Actually, I really like motion transformation. The fact that the feet do this to fold down. I really like that. I really, really do. I felt like there's detail there, which just gets folded down to there. So I don't know why it's there, but that's really cool. Pretty much everything about... I've never owned a Masterpiece before, as I said, but pretty much everything about the transformation is just really clever. And it's really cool. Interesting transformations is one of the best features of a transformer, you know. It's probably one of the more important parts. Oh, just so you don't forget, you don't just fold this up and hope that it sort of holds on by friction. There's a little black tab there that you pull up, that tabs in. I missed that when I first got this. Make sure you don't, because it's quite obscure. It's quite, doesn't really look like it's there. It looks like just a detail. Oh, and they come off. They do that all the time. Just clip them back in. So far, it's getting there. Finger flips out, goes onto fists. Another thing is, when you're putting it back, make sure you fold the thumb into there, otherwise there won't be enough room when you close fists, because there just won't be, and it won't close properly with the chest. One thing to remember. Actually, one thing I really like about these as well, you know, they're interesting, involved transformations. You really feel like you're doing it all. And as interesting and cool Automorph is, I like the sense of accomplishment you get with these. Like, yeah, I did it. I turned that F-15 into a robot. Now it gets a bit fiddly. First thing you want to do is break this down. But then you want to stop. Make sure this back plate is folded up. Now, the head is in there. When it's going through, you want to make sure you get in there and you press the on the seeker's head. They have two sort of vents here. Make sure you press them in so that it goes through the hole. Otherwise, you'll snap the head off the ball joint. It will just pass through like that. Once it's there, we still have to make sure that's up. Now we have to worry about getting this sorted. So you want to fold this so that that's pointing into the chest. Next, you want to take that up. This makes a lot beautiful. I want to push that in. Now, I didn't notice that first. Push it all the way in. There we go. Close it. That makes it so that it's flat against here. Now you just want to carry it through all the way to the back. Then you fold that. And then this piece should push into the chest a bit. So it should fill in the back a bit there. And then that tab into the nose cone. Top it down. Now's where you can start to see it take shape. Fold those down. No. It can be a bit fiddly, but it's not frustrating. It's not Revenge of the Fallen Prime frustrating, which, you know, it's not a normal accomplishment to get a medal for doing that. That's annoying. This is challenging enough and interesting enough, again, like, to be interesting and to seem really clever. They'll push down. But yeah, it's not frustrating, which is a very good thing. Now there's a few little bits. You can see these aren't there, so you just down. push that whole section up on that rail up to clicks. Same on the other side. So now the feet are as low as they can be. Then we want to take these, and again this is detail, you can angle them back a bit, which I quite like. It gives me a bit more character, a bit more dimension. And also you can angle these like this however you like. And they're enough, unless I have missed anything, to have Masterpiece Acid Storm. Now, he's really cool. He's obviously a Seeker mold, you can see that. And there's not much to say. I mean, other than the fact that, well, on top of that, he's really cool. You can see they've changed these. This is the new mold. They're not hanging off of here anymore. Makes it a lot easier to manage. One thing I do like, the paint is all really, really well put on. There's no paint spillage, or whatever the name is. But there's not much of it. There's a lot of green plastic, which admittedly is quite a nice green. There's not much paint. You get the wings, you get the face paint, you get the Decepticon logos, some bits of grey here and there, face, and that's basically it. A lot of green. But I do like it. It is a very, very cool figure. I wish they were bigger. They'd be more expensive, but I feel like a Masterpiece should be a bit bigger than this. But it's still really cool. I still really like it. Best thing about it is the head sculpt. And the paint. Look at that. Really nice bright green eyes. No light piping. That's why. Gets the light from the front, makes his eyes glow-ish. Not light from the back. Yeah, there are also a few different options you can have for this. I mean, I like to have these up because that's how I always imagine them. But you can push them forward so they're flat, so they're sort of vertical. But I don't really like that. Looks a bit too IDW for me. Whereas that looks really G1. That's how I like them. There are also a few gimmicks here and there. Some very non-intrusive ones, which I quite like. If you take here and pull that up, it has missiles in both of the vents. Which is quite cool. Quite little, but all the extra things they add to the value. And the articulation's really good. Really clicky. Also, in the elbows, there are little pistons, which is really cool. Things that I don't like. This has the tab in that tabs these two together. It doesn't go all the way in, as that one does. It's just gap. Looks a bit bad. This bit slides up really easily. And doesn't click into place very well. Honestly, he is heavy because of the metal. I don't think he's heavy enough. I think he needs to be a bit heavier. There's not really much to say. He is very, very cool. He's very, very good for 50 quid. I got him in the Rochester Toys R Us, the chat on Rochester Toys R Us. Rob got one from there too. Now, you can put him on this stand. Now, the only thing is this, you can't have the backpack as flat as it is, because you need to pull this out a bit. And now, there's a hole in there, and a flat bit, the flat bit goes underneath. And I can't really show you, but it pegs in, using like that. You just put that into the stand, and then you have him, but you've got to put him into a pose. You can't not put him into a pose. I always have to get them into my standard seeker pose. Just that. Standard seeker pose. Again, those go into there. So yes, I would say, overall, for this figure, if you have the money, definitely buy it. I mean, not often are you going to come across a Masterpiece Seeker for 50 quid. I mean, Thundercracker would be really nice. Thundercracker would be the one that I really want. But I'm not going to get him for a while. This is a very good thing to have in the meantime, and a very good thing to put some faith into. The Masterpiece line is worth the money that you pay. I very much recommend this. More than I recommend a lot of things I get. This, I think, is something that really isn't much to do with your taste. I think pretty much everyone will like this. At least appreciating the transformation and everything about it, like that. It's less about... For example, if you don't like G1, I still think you'll like this. But you know, if you don't like animated, you're probably not going to like animated Starscream or something. The smaller toys tend to be a lot more to do with taste. The Masterpieces, pretty much all of you, I think, will want this, even if you don't at the very moment. So you need to get it. Simple as. I will be putting up a video sometime soon. I've been on Reviews on, or Tom. I'll see you next time.